Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, it's 11:04. Welcome to The Lock Shop here on Edmonton Sports Talk. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at edmontonsportstalk.com, thank you very much. If you're watching over on... I got creeped out. I didn't see these Happy Halloween things on here. It scared the hell out of me. I looked on the monitor. I was like, it's ghosts. Whew. That was tough. All right. Anyway, the Lock Shop at Edmonton Sports Talk is brought to you by our partners over at Play Alberta. They've got improved odds on all major North American leagues this year, including the National Football League, and better odds boosts on Oilers than ever before as well. Use EST50 or EST Sports. Both of those codes will work for you. They'll be active to the end of October. EST50, EST Sports. Deposit $50 and get a $50 free bet with those codes at Play Alberta. Got a couple of specials up for you already on this Oilers game tonight. The early bird bet of the day, Oilers money line, and the Nuge with a point, plus 135. And then enough's enough. Dusty's play of the day today, Connor McDavid, 2+ points. Time to get going, man. Minus 105 on that number for McDavid against the Mammoth, who have been playing extremely well as of late. All right. This is going to be fun today because Huss is in front of a green screen so people can screen cap it and then put Huss in front of whatever they want. Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk joins us on the show this morning. Huss, first of all, where are you in real life? Where are you right now?
We're going to need to refer to this as parts unknown in the south end of the city in a studio nearby a certain football team that is practicing right now. I will be a guest with the one and only Ed Tate on the Huddle, which is the Blue Bomber show.
Yes.
Getting ready for the playoffs right after WST today. There are some technicalities for what I can say about where we're broadcasting. So I will just say that we are in the south end of the city and we're getting ready for some CFL playoff football.
I love how you are in a secret location in Winnipeg right now. Huss is in a bunker in Winnipeg.
Well, and the funny thing is you mentioned is we've got a great setup here. But I said to Reem afterwards, I said, I think we're just going to have it with the green screen in the background. And exactly what you said. Oh, I'm sure the Lock Shoppers will have some fun clipping this and making all sorts of fun backgrounds with it. But I don't know. Did you stay up did you make it through the whole game?
Buddy, there's no way I could not. I mean, I was locked in. I wasn't leaving. I slept for like 3 hours last night. I'm going to have the mother of all naps this afternoon. I'm very much looking forward to it. My kids went to bed midway through the 8th. I think Marsh would have wanted to stay up later. But we're like, Elizabeth, you go to bed. And she goes, Marshall too? I was just like, God damn it. I looked at Marsh. I said, sorry, buddy, you got to go to bed with your sister going to bed right now. So he was just like, but it was already like 9:20. Like that game was taking forever even to get to that point. And then it just kept going and going. Tammy tapped out 13th inning. She's a saint because it was garbage night. And it's the 13th inning, and she goes, I'm going to go do the garbages, and then I'm probably going to go to bed. You should come help me. I said, I can't help with the garbages tonight. We're about to go to the 14th inning. You're nuts. So she did the garbages, took them all out for me. And then I moved down to the basement from upstairs for the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. I can't even believe I'm saying that right now. But, then I said, it did feel, I tell you, man, and I got like 9 different things from this game that we can discuss here in the Lock Shop today, but it did feel like we're just waiting for the Dodgers to find a way to win it. I felt like that for the last 3 or 4 innings. I mean, huge shout out to Lauer and what he did coming in and grinding out 4 2/3. But you're just like, damn it, they're going to get to Little. And even Little was okay. But you just kind of felt like the Dodgers were going to end that one.
I mean, I did earlier on, but as the game kept going and Lauer, particularly Lauer, held them in inning after inning, I did have a feeling like, one of these Buffalo Bisons guys that are basically in the lineup right now for the Jays is going to have like an all-time World Series moment. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and it is 2-1. I got to tell you, obviously I did the show yesterday from the airport. I touched down in Winnipeg at about 7:05. I had one of my buddies pick me up at the airport and we went straight to the bar to watch the game. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll pop in, we'll watch this. I'll be out of there by 10 o'clock, no problem. Well, needless to say that didn't happen. I mean, they kept it open because I'm just trying to think of what time it actually ended. It was close to 2 a.m. here. I think.
It was like 12:58 or 1:04 or something my time.
Yeah. Okay. So as soon as that was done, the lights were on and we got the heck out of there. But that was quite the day. I mean, to be honest, it feels like just this whole World Series thing, starting from Friday and then the early Saturday flight to going to the game to coming back yesterday, right into where I started off games 1 of the series. It's been quite a ride. And yes, indeed, we may have to just take it a little easier tonight with a Jet game. And of course, game number 4. This is the
you're
one
going to take it easier tonight. Come on, man. It's a Jets game and game number 4. What's your plan? How are you consuming it? What's the deal?
Well, the plan earlier was to do exactly what we did last night, but I am having reservations about just kind of continuing the same thing. At the end of the day, I'm tired, very, very tired from the last 4 days, and but hey, listen. I mean, we got multiple things to watch tonight, so we may have to figure out somewhere that'll have both games on right beside each other. I might know a place.
There is lots to get to from this game, Huss, but let's just start with your thoughts on pitching to Ohtani in the 7th when he's got 2 doubles and a home run.
Well, I mean, if we're going to Monday morning quarterback this, that's probably the number one moment in the entire game that you can look back and go, there was a better way of doing it. I mean, they learned their lesson finally. He didn't get a pitch to hit for the rest of the game after that.
Yeah.
He's the first ever player in a playoff game to reach base 8 times.
He reached 9 times.
Oh, 9? Okay.
He reached 9 times. He had 4 intentional walks, another walk, and then 2 home runs and 2 doubles. Yeah. And he's pitching tonight.
And in the first 7 innings of the game, he became the first player ever to have 4 extra base hits in a World Series game. I mean, it was, listen, I'll say this, and as disappointing as it was for Jays fans to lose that game, that will go down as one of the most incredible ball games ever, period. I mean, a championship series, an 18-inning marathon where, I mean, literally, it had everything. If you were just going to put down notes of things to talk about, I mean, guys getting nailed on the bases, great throws, knucklehead plays that cost them, great fielding, and the amount of, the stress on the managers. Well, more so John Schneider. I mean, the Dodgers, Dave Roberts doesn't have a very tough job compared to basically anyone else in his same role because he basically has the Galactic All-Stars. Like that, who is that guy they pulled in? Never heard about him. They bring in this guy that's just wasting away on the bench, and he's throwing 102.
I know.
In the 15th inning. Like, where do they get these guys? Oh, it was. It was an absolute classic, though. I mean, heartbreaking for the Jays to lose. But I'll say this, and I was texting with some friends that are big-time Jays fans, and I think I was trying to talk off the ledge. If I had told you that Shohei Ohtani was going to hit 2 homers and 2 doubles, and I said that we're going to extra innings tied at 5, would you take it? Absolutely, you would have. And the problem is that they micromanaged that game so much early on that when we started to get into long periods of
they didn't have the
innings,
bats to get it done, man.
The lineup was just a shell of what it was. Probably the worst thing that happened, I mean, that really screwed everything up was Springer getting hurt with that oblique.
That's why it felt like last night they had to get that game, right? Like steal that one. You lost Springer. You don't know what's going to be happening with him moving forward. And then they start to take out these other bats. And I went on, and I think, who is it here? Penner's Pancakes says, I just rewatched the beginning of the morning show along with today's hangout. I'm nominating Dusty for Rant of the Year. I started the show, I turned on my mic and I was just like, Why do you pitch to Ohtani in the set? Like I ranted for like 10 minutes off the top of the show today. If anybody missed it, it's over on the Nielsen show right now. I hit on a bunch of different things. Like Bichette, he's been banged up. You're trying to manage him. I kind of get him coming out. Like that sort of makes sense. I'll never understand the Barger one. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't see the major advantage of running for Barger. The Kirk one, I mean, Heineman didn't have an at bat. You would have loved to have Kirk's at bats later in the game. But the Barger one, you were over managing that situation. There was no reason to take Barger out. He was 2 for 4 as well. The 3 guys they brought in ended up going 0 for 11 and basically killed any sort of chance you had. They went 0 for 11, the guys who came in. So, I mean, yeah, over managed it early. Shouldn't have pitched to Ohtani in the 7th. I mean, when they sent Schneider and he ended up being the 3rd out at home. I mean, I understand being aggressive. I get it. But it wasn't even really close. No. Like, he was just starting his slide, and Smith already had the ball and was waiting for him. So I would have rather probably, like, that was never going to be an out. They would have had to botch the relay. They didn't. I probably would have rather taken my chances with them walking Vladdy. Then the bases are juiced. They can't walk IKF, so they're going to have to give him some pitches. And maybe, I probably would have rather done that than sending a guy that 99% of the time was going to be out in that situation. And then the whole Bo Bichette thing in the 2nd with the horrible call on the ball that they called a strike, which was clearly a ball. Varshall starts walking away. Little bit of a late strike call. Bichette's 14 feet off the base. They throw him out. Had you ever seen anything like that, Huss? Like even a regular season game? I don't know if I had seen anything like that. No, and listen, I placed that on the umpire. I mean, that was not Bo being lazy. I mean, they thought that it was a walk. And it was like it's almost like he was pissed off at Varsho for sort of walking to the base as if he'd had a walk before he made the call. And then he turned around. He didn't say anything again. So Varsho gets going and then he calls it out and strands Bo. I mean, I would love to talk to, an actual umpire, somebody that, has been involved in that sort of scenario. Like I guess we got the right there. They didn't have the NFL guys have, the officiating expert or whatever on that. I would have really liked to have heard the perspective on somebody there because, I mean, obviously you got to make sure that you are not getting tagged out frivolously for no reason. But at the same point, I mean, Varsho, everyone thought that it was a walk. He went there and there was no clear call and ended up costing the Blue Jays, for sure a run. All-time classic game. I also hated the fact that they brought in Bassett and only let him pitch 8 pitches. I mean, bring in somebody else, say Bassett, or bring in Bassett and let him go 2-3 innings. Like that was an absolute waste of an arm last night. I thought that was frustrating too. I mean, I'm just looking at this. So Scherzer went 4 1/3. Yeah. Lauer went 4 2/3. He went longer. Yeah, you're right. Lauer pitched the longest of any J last night, and he did it 4 2/3, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. And then, Little got through that first inning, but there was nobody else. There was nobody else left. We were so close to seeing Bieber come in. And like what that would have done to tonight's game. Oh, man. Bieber had to go and play last night. It's at least we get Bieber Ohtani tonight. I mean, this is the one. Hopefully Shohei is just so banged up from walking so many times last night. Walking, running around, playing that maybe the preparation for his start won't be what it normally is for tonight. But yeah, it's so many chances and opportunities that you can think back to. If only if only one thing happened a little differently. One guy stepped up to be a hero, but it was laughable when you compared the bats in the Jays lineup in the 16th, 17th, 18th inning to what the Dodgers were bringing up. Mookie Betts had a rough game. I'll say that. Like if Mookie Betts could mix a hit in, there were a few times where I was like, "Oh, Mookie's going to kill him here," and he didn't. Yeah.
He's so due. He's so due.
Yeah, that was tough. Let's get to a few of your comments. You can text us at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. All right, the Majestic Eskimo over on YouTube says it's one thing to pitch to Ohtani in the 7th. It's another to throw him a meatball down the center first pitch. Best player to ever play the game, and that's what you dial up. That was obviously a mistake. I mean, there's no way they come out to the mound, chat about what they're going to do with Ohtani and go, we were joking this morning, they're sitting there going, listen, you know the one thing that he's never going to expect? He's never going to expect one right down the middle. He's going to take it, so let's do it. Like, there's no way that's what they dialed up. So, obviously, Sir Anthony blew it. But, yeah, that one stung.
Even if you're not going to intentionally walk him there, he should not have seen a single hittable pitch in that at bat.
No, kind of like with Little later on in the game, right? When they're like, oh, they're going to pitch to him.
Yeah.
But they didn't pitch to him. Like, Little was just trying to get him to buy into some of those breaking balls. And Ohtani knew it. I mean, he understood what was happening there. So, that was so. How much do you think yesterday impacts today, man? Like, just the emotion of it all. The Dodgers win. The Blue Jays are sitting there going, man, we literally threw everything that they had at them.
Well, the thing is, they didn't, though. I mean, I think that there's regret on the Jays side of things, knowing the guys in the bats that were sitting in the dugout as they battled their way to 18 innings.
I was furious every single time they cut to the dugout. I saw Barger and Bichette sitting there. I was just like, oh yeah, God. Yeah.
Well, and to me, Kirk, like, I don't know how, like that. I completely agree that the Barger removal was unnecessary. But going to Heineman over Kirk
I know some people were saying that Kirk was a little bit injured, but they didn't say anything on the broadcast about that, did they? Like, I watched the entire game. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I blacked out at some point. He's going to play today. I was saying this morning, like, wait till Kirk gets to second. If you're like, okay, I just didn't like it. He's been one of your best bats the entire World Series. Like,
he's a professional hitter, man. I mean, that is a guy that you want to have the bat in his hand in high leverage situations. He's been incredible with runners in scoring position, runners on and 2 outs. I mean, you look at all those numbers. Alejandro Kirk comes up with big hits in big opportunities. And I mean, no disrespect to Heineman, but it's the same thing with Heineman and Straw. These guys just are not at that level. And I mean, I guess, when we're talking about one run, a little bit more speed on the base pass, I mean, there certainly is that argument, but you run the risk of basically going into a marathon game, if it happens, with your best players with the bat out of their hands. And that's unfortunately what happened. And the Dodgers didn't do that. And that's why you had Ohtani and Betts and Freeman and all of those guys, still raking in the middle of the night.
DeCastro over on Twitter says they did mention the tweak on the broadcast. I didn't hear it, but I'll take your word for it. That being said, I mean, he's playing today, right? So I don't like taking that bat out of the lineup. I mean, if we hit on everything,
Series. It's the World Series. Yeah. I mean, it's all hands on deck. I mean, listen, disappointing, but everyone will remember that game, I think, as long as they live. If you're a sports fan and you got dialed into it. And let's not forget, I mean, it's 2-1. I mean, this series is still wide open. If the Jays can find a way to go in and, get to Ohtani early, we could be talking about a 2-2 series, and then we go back to the game 1 starters for game 5. And of course, we know how that one ended up in Toronto's favor.
We've already seen Ohtani in these playoffs strike out 10 and hit 3 homers in the same game. He got on base 9 times last night. Now he starts tonight. If he strikes out like a dozen guys tonight after what he did last night, it's just, I mean, we've already said it 9,000 times. He's a unicorn, but that's a tough one.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, Ohtani, this isn't Yamamoto. Where he's going to be going 8 or 9 innings.
Yeah.
And listen, the Dodger bullpen, they were down to nobody at the end. All of those guys went out and pitched last night. So I really do think that the Jays have a good chance tonight to get back into this series if they can get it. Obviously, they're going to need a great start from Bieber, and Bieber is going to need to be able to kind of take that into the 6th or the 7th inning. I would say.
Gonna have to stretch it out a bit tonight for Bieber, I think. Yeah,
imperative. But
yeah, but the Jays, in order to win, let's see here. Trying to think, beat Ohtani, and then you have to find a way to beat Yamamoto as well. Right, if you're going to win this World Series, you're going to have to beat Ohtani or Yamamoto, one of them, in either Game 3 or Game 6.
I mean, for me,
Game
I think
4
they
or
need
Game
to win
6.
these next 2 games. I think they need to win these next 2 games. They got to get this one tonight and then win Game 5 and be up 3-2. And maybe I'm just shook because I basically sat there in that stadium on Saturday night watching the most brilliant pitching performance I've ever seen. But that guy scares the hell out of me.
How about him hopping up in the pen 2 days after 2 days after throwing a complete game? I was like, what? This is the guy?
I mean, it was we could talk about that game literally for 3 hours.
I haven't even, I did want to shout out Clayton Kershaw too. Like, I was a big Kershaw guy. I always liked Clayton Kershaw. To see him come in, probably maybe the final time we ever see him come in a jam. I know it was against my team, but I was just like, damn, respect. It was the old respect for Kershaw when he was walking off. You're just like, yeah, you got it done. So
I was thinking about this is like, you know, you taking the old horse out to the pasture.
Old Yeller. The old Yeller.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, they shot old Yeller in the head.
Well, I was hoping they could do the baseball version of that to Kershaw yesterday, but good on him.
Hey, look what I put together here, Huss, for you. Watch this. I messed around with that green screen a little bit. There you are at a 7-Eleven. This is what I call Huss living the dream. This is the
I'm not sure what you guys use there, but that would be nice if we could just put that as the background and I could be yeah,
well, I did this one in Photoshop, but yeah, it would be good if we could just chroma key that one in. That's you know what? Let me work on that one. Hey, Huss, you know that Patrick Mahomes has kind of pissed me off over the years. Needed him last night to come up for me big. And the only thing I didn't need him to do was throw a touchdown to Rashee Rice at the end of that game. Because I was going up against Rashee Rice. He throws that touchdown to anybody else. I get a much needed win in the big boy league. He throws it to Rice. The other guy gets the Rice touchdown, ends up beating me. And I was furious. I was furious with Mahomes. I was in such a bad mood last night. Like, I'm sitting there. The Jays are doing things that were pissing me off. I'm watching Mahomes have throw it. I mean, if he doesn't throw those 2 interceptions, I'd probably still slightly lose, but it would have been a little bit closer. So he throws 2 interceptions.
On Kelsey.
The one went off his hands. But I text Huss. I'm like, buddy, I said I need Mahomes to get it together here. I need 3 touchdowns in the second half. And then Huss texts me later. He goes, there you go. There's the touchdowns. And I'm like, well, actually, I didn't need one of them to Rashee Rice last night. But I did yesterday. Our early bird bet on the Nielsen show was Rashee Rice anytime touchdown because I know he's going to burn me. And sure enough, hedged it a little bit, made some money off it. But yeah, like a tale of 2 halves, basically. I'll say this. I did not watch any of the football game. I was locked in on the Jays, but tale of 2 halves last night?
Yeah, I mean, the first half was sloppy. I mean, listen, there was some good defense. Both teams made some plays. Dan Quinn was really aggressive. I mean, going for it on 4th down, and it burned them in a big way. Although, I get it. I mean, if you're going to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, you need to score touchdowns, not field goals. And I thought their defense played pretty well. Mariota was, using his legs and making some plays. McLaren had that incredible touchdown catch that didn't look like he got it. And then on replay, he got it. But it was a very mid performance for the Chiefs overall in the first half. And then in the third half, basically right after you texted me, first 3 drives, like 80 yard, 79 yard, 90 yard, touchdown. And he got it done. It was nice for me too. So my flight landed and I immediately went onto my phone and I was hoping that I was going to be able to bet the baseball game, but it had just started. I had like a couple of minutes to get a bet in for the Chiefs. So funny that line went down.
Did it?
It went down. I got it at 10, like 5 minutes before the game. So obviously some money was coming in on Washington, and then hit a Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns. So a couple last minute bets and got it done. And thank God, because like watching that first half, I'm waiting for them to sort of turn it on and get going, knowing that you can't perform like if they'd done that entire game and just like won like a 10-7 game or something. Not the way you want to go into Buffalo next week against the Bills, who just dropped 40 on Andy Dalton. What a game that is going to be. And we'll be able to have some time on Friday to talk, obviously, about the CFL playoffs, which I'm sure we'll get to even before then. But also Chiefs-Bills, 3:25 p.m. on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that'll be big. I got a couple buddies, our producer and director, my buddy Eddie the Gambler. We are doing the game in Montreal together on Saturday. Then he and the director, Franklin Rubenstein, who's also been on the Nielson show in the past. Rubes is a big Bills fan, and they're going to the Bills-Chiefs game. That's their plan. So
really?
Yeah, they're very excited for that, and I'm very jealous of them. I think that'll be an awesome time. Awesome time.
I was so hoping that the Bombers were going to be in Hamilton on the weekend. Like there's the possibilities you could go to.
Yeah, that's true.
Ticats, World Series game 6 or 7, and Chiefs Bills. But my thought was, I originally thought that this Bills Chiefs game was the following weekend. So like, okay, if the Bombers can win, then it'll be at Hamilton and hit both of them. But it is this week, unfortunately, but hey, it'll be great for fans. Like finishing off the World Series will certainly be completed by then, and I think we then all really lock in on the NFL stretch drive, and of course the CFL playoffs. Be interesting. Has the lines moved at all in the CFL?
Let me take a peek here.
Yesterday when we did it, I think it was Bombers were 5.5 point dogs.
Yeah, and BC was 4.5 point favorites.
4.5.
Yeah, you know what? The Alouettes Bombers line has actually moved to what you guess it should be yesterday, 6.
Okay.
What's the path to victory there? Is it just got to be a Brady Oliveira game, or does Zach still have the juice to pull off an upset?
Well, I mean, I think it's got to be both, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I don't think that they're going to be able to, just run the football all day and, not pass it. I mean, Montreal's going to get theirs. They're going to need to put up some points. Zach's going to need to look like, and that offense is going to need to look like the one that played the Hamilton Tiger Cats about a month ago, but with a heavy dose of Brady Oliveira. There's so much talk about Jason Hogan. The Bombers OC. He's been taking a lot of heat in the market over the last little bit just for strange play calls and just getting away from the run game for extended periods of time. That certainly was the case coming out of that 17-16 win over the Riders 2 weeks ago. But I mean, man, it's playoffs. It's getting cold outside. This is when you win on the backs of running the football and defense. And those are two things that the Bombers have been great at. I mean, you want Brady Oliveira touching that ball 20 times plus, and it's going to be incumbent for the defense to make things happen. I mean, Davis Alexander never lost a game as a starter in the Canadian Football League, so he's very much due. But it's going to take a great performance by Winnipeg if they're going to hang with the Alouettes.
I got your background, Huss.
Yes,
I got your background. I figured out how to use the chroma key live on the show today. Put it down, show of the year, found it on the way, found the image, threw it behind you, and it's meant to be. It's meant to be, buddy. It looks terrific.
Great work, Dusty.
It looks absolutely terrific. All right, Huss. Huge slate. Everybody's playing in the National Hockey League tonight. Everybody. All 16 teams. It's the Frozen Frenzy. So there's no shortage of games to dive into today.
Oh, is this the day where it runs like the staggered start times?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, we should probably have a game starting right away. Let me see here. Hang on.
First game, 2 games at 5. I guess so. That would be
2 games at 4 o'clock Edmonton time, and then everybody all night.
Pittsburgh, Philly, Calgary, and the Leafs. 5:30 is Vegas and Carolina. 5:45 is Columbus and Buffalo. Ducks, Panthers at 6. Islanders, Boston, 6:15. Lightning, Preds, 6:45. Blues, Wings, 7:15. Jets and Wild, 7. 7:30 for the Caps in Dallas. 7:45 for Ottawa and the Blackhawks. 8 for Devils and Avalanche. 8:30 in Edmonton, Utah Mammoth on an absolute heater coming into your building to take on the Oilers. 9 o'clock, the return of JT Miller to Vancouver.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Rangers Canucks will be interesting. 9:30 Habs Kraken, and 10 p.m. the Kings and the Sharks. That is a big time slate in the NHL today. Wow.
All right. Well, I got starting goalies. I'll give you as many starting goalies as I can. Then we'll put together a little 3-gamer. The Equinox last night, our Sports Equinox parlay, Springer got hurt, so we didn't get that one. We got the Sens. We got the Chiefs. And we didn't get Wemby, actually. We had Wemby at 29.5 points. Finished with 24, I think, last night.
Yeah, he a quiet game. It was still monster game.
Still a monster. Yeah, he's had an incredible start to the year. All right, so here we go.
San Antonio might actually be really good this year.
4-0.
If he continues to do it.
If this guy can stay healthy, and I love the fact that he looks a little bit thicker, like he looks a little bit more muscular, which should help. There was one play last night, again, he was bringing the ball up the floor, and he looks like a point. Like, Wembanyama handles the ball better than the elite point guards of the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, he's, but it's the truth. Like, he's got a ridiculous handle for a 7'4" giant. It's unbelievable. He's kind of unicornish in his own way. We spend a lot of time here talking about Ohtani, but think about Wemby. You can't guard him inside. You can't guard him outside. Like, what are you supposed to do with that guy? He's an absolute freak. Anyway, we're talking National Hockey League, so let's get to these goalies here. Dustin Wolf is confirmed to start for the Calgary Flames. Stolarz likely for the Maple Leafs. Samuel Ersson will start for Philadelphia. Shelovs is unconfirmed for the Penguins at this point. Unconfirmed in Carolina, Vegas. That's a nice one. Freddie Anderson and Akira Schmid are listed as unconfirmed. Jet Greaves will start for the Blue Jackets. Lyon will go for the Buffalo Sabres. Dostal unconfirmed for the Ducks. Tarasov will start for the Florida Panthers. We're interested to see what the number is on the Ducks. They've been playing pretty well. Korpisalo will start for the Bruins at home against the Islanders. Sorokin goes there. Saros is likely for the Preds. Vasilevsky unconfirmed for the Lightning. Gustafsson will go for the Wild. Hellebuck listed as likely. He'll go for the Winnipeg Jets. Binnington versus Gibson in that Detroit-St. Louis battle. Jake Ottinger versus Logan Thompson, Caps and Stars. Spencer Knight, who's had a nice start to the year. He's listed as the likely starter for Chicago. They get Ottawa in the second half of a back-to-back. Ottawa putting up a whole bunch more goals last night. Ullmark is confirmed there. Wedgwood is likely for Colorado. Jake Allen unconfirmed for the Devils. Stuart Skinner will start for the Oilers. Vamelka unconfirmed for the Mammoth. We'll dive into that a little bit more on 2 guys and a goalie coming up here for GS Construction. Thatcher Demko and Shesterkin unconfirmed. Decord and Jakub Dobush unconfirmed. Nedeljkovic and Kemper unconfirmed, as those are the later starts of the night. So, Huss, no shortage of games. We can bet on any team we want tonight in the National Hockey League. What's your favorite one?
Well, a couple games that I'm really, really interested in seeing. Jersey at Colorado. New Jersey has won 8 in a row, Dusty. They are the hottest team in the National Hockey League. They're 8-1 on the year. The Avs, meanwhile, have lost 4 in a row. Now, they've only lost once in regulation. There's been a bunch of overtime games. But there is part of me that just wants to keep riding with the Devils at I'm not sure what number you've got there.
I'm looking at plus 139 right now.
Ooh, plus 139. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, if we want to roll with trends, we can certainly think about that one. Carolina is at home to Vegas, I believe.
Yeah, it's Vegas. Freddie Anderson and Akira Schmid, I believe.
Akira Schmid. The Golden Knights have lost a couple in a row. Obviously, they're without Mark Stone right now. And the Hurricanes, 6-2 on the year, have actually looked good. This is a kind of a step up for them as far as who they've played so far this year. But I would have some time for the Canes. I'm going to stay away from this Jets Wild game. And what was the St. Louis game? St. Louis, thank God we didn't jump on them last night. How about the Pittsburgh, by the way?
Penguins, man. They are rolling.
Sidney Crosby. What can we say? The great Sid continues to get
1,700 points. Who'd you say?
Philly tonight.
You said St. Louis?
I was just wondering about their
Pittsburgh's in Philly. Nice rivalry game there.
They're at home to the Wings. Pittsburgh's in around plus 140. I know they played yesterday, but they're just feeling it right now. I mean, if we're looking at a couple dogs, I mean, the Penguins right out of the gate in that early game at plus 140.
I think Pittsburgh's perfect on the road this year as well. They are, they're 4-0-1 on the road so far this year, including wins over Florida, LA in there. And what did I say? Shelovs will probably go tonight, and I think Shelovs has had a nice start to the year. So
yeah, and they're scoring lots of goals right now.
What's the number on that one
last night?
Where's Pittsburgh? My plus 142 for the Pens as a dog.
Here for that. And I do like Buffalo. Buffalo, and I know some people are groaning, the Sabres, after that horrible start, actually playing some pretty good hockey. They did lose to the Leafs in OT in their last matchup. Before that, had rattled off wins in 4 of their last 5, including a win over Toronto and a win over Detroit. Like, they've been actually playing pretty good.
They beat Florida and they hung 8 on Ottawa.
Yeah, and they have won 4 in a row at home. So as I say, they're at home tonight against Columbus.
Columbus hasn't played, what's today, the 28th, so they didn't play. This is their first game in 3 days. I don't know if that changes your opinion at all, but they've got a little bit of rest. When did Buffalo play that? Oh, Buffalo's actually on 3 days too. So same amount.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the 2 teams that are both 4-4-1. Columbus is 4-4-0. I just think that Buffalo's feeling it right now. They've got some good vibes on home ice. This is a game that I think that they're certainly capable of winning. And I'm just surprised the number was shorter. Like, I'm just seeing it was like around minus 112. I don't know what you've got over at PA for that.
Minus 115. Yeah, well, minus 115. Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not talking about a ton of juice on that one. So, I think those are sort of 3 that I'm liking. What about you? So
I like the Devils. I could definitely be convinced on the Penguins, even though the way they played last night. I mean, Carolina at home seems like a pretty strong pick there as well. The Senators are playing on back-to-backs, but they've just been scoring goals in bunches. They'll have Allmark going tonight, and they're playing Chicago. Mind you, Spencer Knight has played pretty well as of late.
Yeah.
I don't mind the number. I know the Kraken have had a nice start to the year, but I don't hate the Habs at minus 125.
Is that the Kraken's first game home
after that? Let me see.
Oh no, I guess they played the Oilers on.
They did play the Oilers on Saturday. So it wouldn't be. What number of game is this on this road trip though for Montreal? Where is this game? Let me see here. This is the 4th game. Yeah, they've come through Western Canada. Now they go down and get their losses this year to Edmonton. They should have probably won that game. And then they beat Vancouver, they beat Calgary, and they beat Buffalo in their last 4. So I don't hate that number. What's it at? It's minus 125. And Dobish has been the better of the 2 goalies for Montreal so far this year. So I like that idea as well. So I'd be okay throwing the Habs in there at -125. So we've got the Habs, we got the Sabres, we got the Penguins, we got the Devils, we got Carolina.
Do we know if Quinn Hughes is in tonight for Vancouver?
Didn't play on Sunday, so I'd probably be pretty surprised. But let me take a quick look here.
A little DFO here.
Let's see the latest on Quinn Hughes. No sight of Quinn Hughes at today's morning skate.
Yeah.
That's the latest I saw. And that was about 10 minutes ago. So I would think he doesn't go tonight.
The Rangers are favored in this one, which is kind of interesting. They've been a little disappointing so far this year. I guess they started off the season, they couldn't score at home. They got shut out for their first 3 games of the year.
Yeah, Rangers, I'm looking at -120. The Canucks are +103. Quinn Hughes probably flips that on its side, I would think, the other direction. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'd probably stay away from the Rangers anyway.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not like we don't have a million other games that we can we can jump on.
Well, why don't we go? You want to ride with the Devils, eh? They've been so hot.
I mean, they are playing in Colorado against a really good team. I mean, it was just interesting. We were talking about teams that are playing really well right now. They have been. I mean, they are going to lose at some point, and this is not a gimme just rolling into Colorado against an Avalanche team. Like Nate Dogg's probably not too pleased that they haven't won in their last 4 games. So, I mean, maybe there's others. Like I think if we're looking at like a +140, I kind of like Pittsburgh more.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking we take one of those two. We take Devils or Penguins. And then maybe we go Carolina, Buffalo, and Montreal. There's 16 games tonight. Maybe we take 4. Maybe we throw that into a parlay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That'd be a pretty big number. I mean, let me see. I'll see what we'd be looking at. What did I say? We're on Pittsburgh at +142. And then we are on Carolina at -154. We've got the Sabres and
Buffalo -115.
Yeah, Buffalo where's Buffalo on this board? Here we are at -115. And then the Habs against the Kraken -125. That's this is a big one for us. +1244. But it's a big day. It's a frozen frenzy. I mean,
it is. And then what's the number if you take Pittsburgh out of it?
Okay. If we take Pittsburgh out, +455, which is usually the wheelhouse.
Yeah, that is the wheelhouse. So I mean, listen, if people just want to go with the 3-gamer, I think that's the way to go. But let's give Sid a little love for the start that the Penguins have had right now and get that in on the big 16-game day in the National Hockey League.
All right, I'll send this over. The Frozen Frenzy Log Shop Partner Parlay. You can find that on the EST Specials page. Let's see here.
Remus is just noticing the backdrop that you've
and I even put the words too. Haas live at Sev. We could do that all the time now. That's a lot of fun. It takes the Lock Shop to yet another level. Let's see here just quickly. All right, Haas, I'm gonna run you through the NFL lines. And you just tell me one game that you think might end up moving or one that you might want to hop on early. All right. So Here's what we got. Dolphins and Ravens. Ravens on the road, -7.5. Bengals, +2.5. Home dogs against the Bears. The Chargers are 9.5-point road favorites going into Tennessee. The Niners are 2.5-point road favorites going into New York to take on the Giants. Packers at home, -12.5 against the Panthers. Texans, Broncos. That's a big game this week. Texans are a 1-point home favorite against Denver. The Lions are 8.5-point favorites at home against their division rivals from Minnesota. The Patriots, -5.5 against the Atlanta Falcons. The Colts are on the road in Pittsburgh. Colts are just 3-point favorites, and the way they've been spanking teams, that's a pretty small number. The Rams, -13.5 at home against the Saints. What else do we got? Jags and Raiders. Jags -3. Chiefs and Bills. Chiefs -2 on the road. Seahawks and Commanders. Seahawks are 3.5-point favorites in Washington. And then Cardinals and Cowboys. The Cowboys are 2.5-point favorites at home for Monday night. Is there one game there that you're like, interesting line, we should get on it now?
Well, I mean, so much of this is determined by, availability of players. I mean, this whole business with Lamar Jackson is really strange. And I don't know if you saw that report yesterday by Shefty. They could be in big trouble for the way that they handled last week, listing him as a full participant when he wasn't.
Well, I think they're already saying he's playing this week, right?
So we thought that last week as well. And then it seems like there's maybe a little disconnect between Lamar and the Ravens, although he was there on the sidelines, all in with everything. This Detroit 8.5-point favorites, although considering what's happening at quarterback right now for Minnesota. Is there any update on JJ McCarthy? And do you think that he's ready to go and they're just sort of sheltering because they don't want him to? I mean, he really did struggle in that second game before getting yanked or injured or hurt. The Bears-Bengals game. I cannot believe the Bengals lost that game to the Jets. That was they had such an opportunity to get right back in it, and now they blew it. Tell you what, this Patriots number. You want one of the numbers that I think you might want to get on now.
Yeah.
What did you say it was? 5?
5.5.
5.5. Like, I could see that being a touchdown by the time we kick off on Sunday. And interestingly enough, the Colts 3-point road favorites in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. They just seem to be unstoppable right now. I mean, that running game, Jonathan Taylor's touchdown number, Dusty, you were gone on Friday. We were looking at touchdown props. Taylor was minus 320 or something like that to score a touchdown. It was barely even money on 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to have to be 2 touchdown guy now with this guy.
Yeah, well, I think he's had 3 in his last 2 games. I'm not sure whether that
he's had 3 times already this year. Has he had 4 times already? Because this week it was 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. I thought I remember 2 weeks ago they're saying he's got 3 touchdowns for the 3rd time in a game this year. So he might have 4 3-touchdown games, which is insane. What's coming up on WST, Hus?
Just one other one.
Yeah.
San Fran at minus 2.5. As they get players back. Now Scadaboo's out for the Giants. I think that
that hurts.
It does. And I think that could be, we could be talking about the Niners on Friday as maybe like 3.5 or 4-point favorites. I guess we'll see what's up with Purdy and everyone else, but Shanahan will find a way to win that game. I have no doubt about it. Well, we're going to be talking lots of Bombers. Pat Neufeld's going to join me live on the program. Josh Goldberg. I mean, obviously, we're going to spend some time talking about that epic game yesterday. And we'll also head down to the Twin Cities and get the latest on the Wild with Jesse Pierce before the Jets and Wild drop the puck tonight. That is a pick'em. And great uni matchup as well tonight. The Wild are wearing their white 25th anniversary unis. So the Jets are taking the Heritage Blues on the road tonight. So it'll be fun. Would have loved to have been down there for that game, but we'll do the mini trip a little later on this season. But it should be a good one. I mean, I don't know if we needed 16 hockey games at the same time as we're going to be locked in on the World Series, but let's just go Jays money line tonight, get this win, and we can hopefully be talking about a best of 3 tomorrow on the show.
Excellent. Good stuff, buddy. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Take it easy.
There you go. That is us, Big Slurpee guy. I'm glad I figured out how to use the green screen on this program that we use. It's going to change everything. Can't wait. I did send that parlay over to the team at Play Alberta. They messaged me back. They said they're on it. You'll be able to find it on our EST specials page at playalberta.ca. We've got 2 up right now. The early bird bet, Oilers money line and Nuge with a point plus 135. And Dusty's play of the day, Connor McDavid, 2 points tonight. It is at minus 105. If you just want to play the Hurricanes, Sabres, and Habs, like we were mentioning, that's plus 455. We threw the Penguins in, and before the boost, it was plus 1255. So we got a big one cooking up for this frozen frenzy tonight in the National Hockey League. Please use those boosted codes for free bets before the end of October. We'll get them reloaded for November. But right now it's EST 50, deposit 50, get 50. EST Sports, deposit 50, get 50. EST Casino, yes, EST Casino, deposit 50 and get $50 to play with in the casino. Duck Dad says, I wonder where Huss will be doing the lock shop from tomorrow. Hey, anywhere in the world now. Hey, we'll have a lot of fun with that, I think. Patrick Mahomes' backyard. Something like that moving forward here. We've got a busy day continuing on Edmonton Sports Talk. We're going to lead into Two Guys and Goalie with myself and Gager today, and then EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gager, and then the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 until 6. Then at 6:30 tonight, the GCL Diesel pregame show to get you going, and then the postgame show to follow against the Utah Mammoth in town. The Oilers wearing those jerseys, the new retro ones, or whatever they're calling them, the off-white ones. What's that?
Sounds like they're going 11-7.
Oh, the lines are out too. We'll get into those.
No lines, but it sounds like 11-7.
Somebody hurt?
Nope, Stetcher in. It sounds like. I'll have to confirm, but that's what.
It's got to be a forward hurt.
No.
If they have a guy like Philp Scratch to play Stetcher to run 7D,
those are the rumors right now.
They're losing their way. We've seen it before. All right, well, we'll get into it on Two Guys and a Goalie. That is coming up. Thank you very much for joining us in the Lock Shop today. Shout out to Huss for doing it from a 7-Eleven. Best of luck if you're riding with us tonight. Go Jays, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.